left that farm this morning that me and Wyatt were set up on about 11:30 to noon. We decided we was going to head out towards a little further west into Nebraska.
These are gobblers.
All the birds were pretty henned up out there. And as you can see, this is the farm. So, oh yeah, they're going in the timber.
So we're gonna sneak down around in front of them. And I've killed a turkey that's actually we spotted in that same spot before. So we're just gonna get down in the woods, start calling. It's a good sign. They're all by themselves, no hens. So
that's what we've been looking for.
Yeah.
Just been looking for it in the wrong places.
Yeah, we haven't seen that at all, so. Jake and I are here on a new farm we got permission on last night. We heard a bunch of birds gobbling here from the road. So we made a couple calls, we got permission. Now we're gonna head back in here. It's only like 45-acre farm, but the birds are down in this low area. There's some big trees, and we're gonna sneak back there and get set up. Looks like a good field opening right in front of the ditch where they should be roosted. So we're gonna head back in there, and hopefully this morning we're gonna knock some down. Alright, well, we got all settled in here. We've got 2 or 3 gobblers. Or turkeys gobbling down here in front of us. Hopefully they're gobblers. So we should be able to see them fly down into this field and call them right over here to us, hopefully. So it's starting to get light. They're gobbling a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Yo, buddy.
Tom fly down first, and he was out there strutting. And then 2 individual hens flew down. And we've called the hens in at about 100 yards, and the Tom's right behind them. So, right now it seems like it's gonna work. Fingers crossed. We went to the back. This is 50 acres. We went to the back of the 50, and out this morning, and had to come all the way back up. These birds roosted 100 yards from this guy's house. We just got permission to hunt this yesterday evening, so hopefully they'll come in. Oh yeah, he's pretty.
Right through
Right
his
through the
head.
head. Look at this, my release.
Should I shoot the Jake?
Yeah. Take that release, that's pretty cool. There you go, devil tail.
Yeah, get this down.
He might want to wait. He's like 40 yards. He's like 40 yards. Wait, yeah. Got him. Yeah, you hit him.
Oh my God.
That's a double, baby. Oh my goodness.
It
This
worked.
April Fool's is the day we needed.
Oh my God.
We have had a rough season. I mean,
Jake just absolutely pounded a big old gobbler right in the decoy.
we left Falls City. We came out here yesterday, and we went to Wyatt's farm that we've hunted for a few years. You've seen him and Anson kill a bird there. There's one bird we set up on, couldn't get on him. Wyatt went to the north end of the farm, I stayed on the south, and I heard all these birds gobbling over here. They's like 700 yards away, and I came up, I was like, man, they're on the neighbors. We come to this guy's house, get permission, go to the back of the farm today. Birds gobble right up next to his house, like 80 yards roosted. Come up here, they land in the field, come right in. That's awesome.
You stuck that right through his
Yeah,
head,
I
dude.
did.
That was awesome. Nice shot.
Thanks, man. That's a beautiful bird. With a well-placed shot. That's what it's about.
Well, it might be a Jake, but that was just too perfect to not try and double there. Jake absolutely smoked that gobbler, and the Jake and the hen started to run off, and I put a 40-yard shot on him, smoked him, and he's down right here, so couldn't be any more happy. A nice Nebraska double. All right, well, Jake, what a morning.
Yes,
Unbelievable. We've been struggling. We've been hunting south of here a couple hours, and we just drove up here because it's been so bad. The gobbler's been henned up so bad, and we have not had any luck, but decided to drive up here last night, roosted these turkeys. Actually got permission on this ground last night, and came in here and killed them this morning right here. You know, we came in by the house, and they were roosted right by the house this morning. We walked right underneath them practically, and heard them gobbling, set up on them, and it was just a textbook hunt, you know.
Exactly what you want to happen.
Yep.
Especially after not even really seeing a whole lot of birds this year. I mean, we've seen a few and stuff, but they've always been with hens, and
Yeah.
they just haven't worked us. But
No.
usually they do the exact opposite we want them to do, except for today. So, kind of glad we're over March. So,
Yeah.
this is a really good start to April. Hopefully April just gets nothing but better, and I think it will, because it's kind of unfortunate though. I feel for Nebraska taking their safety precautions on to stop the spread of the coronavirus, but if you didn't know, they stopped selling non-resident tags. So I've got one tag left.
I'm
Cole
tagged out.
has 2, and Jay has 1. Wyatt is now tagged out. So hopefully we get on a couple more birds, and then you guys have Iowa coming up.
Yep,
We have
Iowa and
Missouri.
so
I think Jay and Jimbo is going to head down to Kentucky as long as they can still get tags there. So
like the
Whitley
18th
has
April.
youth season this week in Missouri,
Yep.
and everybody back home is saying the birds are on fire. So
yeah.
there's
Hopefully
a
we're
good
just
chance she kills this
getting
weekend.
things started here, but these are just beautiful birds. We're not quite central Nebraska, but you can tell just the colors they get just coming out this far, you know. Some of them will be white, look like Merriam's. Some of them will look like hybrids. This one's got real light fan. This
Still
one's
just
more
a
of a
beautiful
yeah,
bird.
They're just beautiful turkeys out here, and
It's
it's fun hunting them. So
don't know if you guys could tell in the video, but Wyatt lost his release this morning as he's walking in. We think it's on the back side of the farm. And when I happen to draw back, you'll hear me in the video say, my release, it's a Velcro, and it kind of came
Yeah.
undone.
You
So
can
I was
hear
just
it
holding it
pop
by
in
the
the
shaft.
video.
So, and then I had to obviously hand my release to Wyatt, and it couldn't worked out any better.
Yep.
So
Some mornings it seems like we can't get anything to go right, and then mornings like this morning, it seems like we couldn't do anything wrong. You know, we just set up, they came right to us, and to kill 2 of them in 1 set's never easy. So, pretty thankful, and this is a good memory that I don't think either one of us will ever forget. So what a morning in Nebraska.
absolutely great shot on that bird at 30, 45
Yeah,
yards.
I can't say enough about the Vector by SWAT. We both shot with the Vector. Jake went right through the middle of his neck, obviously, and that dropped him. I shot my bird about 35, maybe 40 yards walking away.
Went probably 40 yards.
Yeah, and he didn't go very far at all. So
Just
I can't.
went to where the hay bale is.
Yep, can't say enough about that broadhead and that performance on that. So
There's gonna be some happy people because you know what this means. We owe somebody a giveaway.
2. This will
Yes.
be 2. This is 2 birds, 2 giveaways. So be on the lookout on the Facebook page. It's coming soon. But what a morning in Nebraska. Awesome.
Check out some grind decoys while you're at it, because
They
can't
right
done
to
without
it.
them.
Alright, well, we just doubled about 2 hours ago. We came to another farm. Jake still got 1 tag, and we're gonna come to a setup here for a little while. It's not a very big farm, so if there's any turkeys on it, we're gonna know pretty quick if they want to come in or not. So we're gonna head back here. This is actually where I've killed one with TC probably 4 or 5 years ago now. But we're gonna sneak back in this field set up. The wind's blowing from us to that timber where all the turkeys hang out, so they're gonna definitely be able to hear us if they're in there. So we're gonna go back there and set up, see if anything will respond.
Well, we was actually just getting ready to leave, and I took our box call, the new one that Grind came out with, and hit it just to do it. And I didn't even hear the birds at first, but one gobbled, and Wyatt's like, there was one that gobbled. So I hit it again, and sure enough, and we've been kind of switching up with the slate and the mouth call ever since. And every time Wyatt calls with the mouth call, they hammer, and they work well. They probably came within 200 yards in the last 5 minutes. So all they have to do now, there it was, is he's just got to cross this creek. And if they cross this creek, it's game over. I mean, they'd be very committed at that
They
point.
want to come to
So,
the decoy.
I've got 1 tag remaining. Hopefully, I'm about to punch it. He hadn't already crossed, has he?
He might have.
That's the closest he's been. He's just, if he hasn't crossed already, I mean, he's just right on the bank. So, if he comes in, I'm gonna try to do it to him. Try to put the old slocking on him, as Tim Wells would say.
It's red. It's
No,
red.
he sees the decoys.
I don't know if he does yet. There's a lot of brush. He's about to if he hasn't. He's got to come to that levee. He'll see it. He will.
Yeah, he didn't come this far to not come in. Oh, yeah, it is. He's by himself. Why wouldn't he come out here? Come on. There he goes. Gone.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for our Nebraska trip out here west this time. We were only here for about 24 hours, but it was pretty successful. We got here last night, saw a bird from the road on a piece of property that I can hunt, and tried to set up on him. It just didn't pan out, but we got up on the hill and we were listening last night and heard a bunch of turkeys gobbling to the south, and obviously couldn't hunt over there, but we ended up gaining permission on that piece of ground, and we doubled up on it this morning, so it couldn't have worked out any better. It was a really good trip to Nebraska. That last bird that we called in, he came from a couple hundred yards away, and flew across the creek. You know, he did a lot of stuff getting there. We just couldn't believe he wouldn't come the rest of the way, but not sure why, but you know, sometimes they act like that and you just can't do anything about it. But we had a really good productive trip, and we got 2 birds in the truck and we're headed home, so can't complain about that. So good luck to everybody. If you're out, Missouri Youth this weekend will be our next videos going up, I'm sure. Whitley's going to be heading out Saturday and Sunday.
Good luck to the youth.
And after that, we got Iowa opening the next week, and then Missouri. So it's about to get fun. April 1st, and we've already killed 3 birds, and there's going to be a lot more going down. So thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you give us a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.